Well, hi everyone. I hope you're having a great February. I'm excited to start spring. So this is just a little introduction video to what you could expect for Ken 5. My name is Lonnie Rue. This will be the first time I'm teaching this course, so I'm sure we'll learn a lot from each other throughout the semester. So just to let you know a little bit about me, I've been a coach or a player in water polo, swimming, you name it, for the last about 35 years. I've been a lifeguard for the last 25, 26 years. I've been teaching at Mount SAC for 14 years. So as far as my background goes and with the subject matter, I'm pretty experienced as far as lifeguarding in certain situations go, but by no means an expert. And I'm assuming some of you will have some expertise in the field or have been trained also in it as a lifeguard or perhaps an EMT, something else like that. So again, I'm assuming that we'll learn a lot from each other as we go through this. There's going to be certain situations where normally this class is face-to-face, and those situations kind of bode well for that sort of interface. But online it's a little more difficult, and we'll kind of get into that as we go through the semester. But I'm hoping to be able to get on campus to video some things as far as doing it in person, so I can upload the video so you can actually see some of the techniques and skills involved in the EMR information. So a little bit more personal information. I'm married. I have two kids. A daughter who's 22 and in grad school, and a son who is in high school. So as a parent, obviously, you go through a lot of first aid situations. Being a coach as well, you go through a lot of first aid situations and dealing with different, just different things that come up. So I also have two dogs, and sometimes they get into mischief, and have to do a little first aid on them as well. So basically what each week will consist of is an overview, and I'll do another video prior to us starting on the 22nd. But basically you'll have an overview, you'll have some reading, some PowerPoints, most likely from the American Red Cross. We'll have a quiz every 2 units. So for example, once we're done with unit 2, we'll have a quiz for units 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, and then so on. You have a discussion, 1 per week outside of the midterm week and the final week. So there's 14 discussions. You'll have assignments. Those are workbook questions. So what I'm doing is I'm actually making a PDF from a workbook I have, so that way no one had to purchase a workbook. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to purchase a textbook. It's a PDF, and I've already included it in the first module, and I'll include it again, most likely with this video. So you'll have workbook questions off a PDF. So when you answer those, you can do it either if you have the capability of editing a PDF. I know some people have Adobe that can do that, some people don't. But if you do, you can edit it and then send it back to me, or you can take the questions on a separate piece, on a separate Word document and do them there. That's totally fine too. All right. We'll also have some projects. One project will be discussing manual compressions versus an AED as it pertains to CPR. Talk about the skills required for being an EMR, so an emergency medical responder. And then we'll also have one project that has to do with first aid kits for earthquakes, a fire plan, and some other information on that one. So you'll have 3 different projects to do. As I mentioned, you'll have a midterm and a final. And the final is comprehensive, so all 8 units, all 32 chapters will be included in that final. And then you'll have some videos that I'll include for you to watch, and then some videos that are for you to demonstrate certain skills, such as glove removal, CPR hand placement, those kinds of things. All right, so if you have any questions, always feel free to contact me via email, and then Remind. There's a Remind invite. If you're not familiar with Remind, it is an app that is a lot like texting without personal numbers. So if you download the app and there'll be an invitation for this class, then you can text me at any time if you have a question or a concern, anything of that nature. And then also I'll have an office hour that's going to be on Wednesdays from 10 to 11 in the morning. And I know some of you may have classes, so you can't attend the office hour. And again, it's optional. It's only if you have questions. But that's what time I'll be available. So and that will be the office hour for this class. So again, if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, please feel free to get a hold of me. And I look forward to meeting all of you throughout the semester. So take care and we'll see you soon.